Hey everyone, welcome to the Tonight Show. We have an exciting game between ONUR6 and ZEN. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, there was a slight interruption. We actually do have a co-commentator today. And yes, where were we? Yeah, exciting game between ONUR6 and ZEN. I was about to say that I have been let down by my co-commentators again today, but Airstorm comes to the rescue. It can get a bit boring, kind of commentating by yourselves. It's always exciting to have someone to keep it exciting, and also if you have multiple people, you can keep track of different areas of the map. So let him get to the party. Um, just setting it up. Look who showed up today.
Hey, I show up when it matters most.
Yeah.
1 minute before it starts, 2 minutes before it starts.
I see.
I'll be there.
Yeah. It's been a while, Ashton, since you co-commentated or since you got an opportunity to be on
Yeah.
be on the stage. It's a huge responsibility, okay?
Yeah. I just don't want to tell people my secrets.
That is true. So yeah, both teams are almost ready. You are here, right? You are, yeah, you've been spec'd. So ONUR6 versus ZEN. I think it's going to be a close game. I know you were watching the other game yesterday, right? Between RPX and RL. That was
Mm-hmm.
very close as well. And
Oh, you saw me watching you.
I see you see me. See you.
Yeah. You try to invite me to that Cold War. I'm like, nah, I'm off.
You do have the AB.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, both these teams. I think even today the game's going to be close. I'll start the prediction, but I think it might go either way.
Yeah.
Both
I think,
these teams have some players that have played for a long time.
yeah. I think Zen has a slight advantage.
Um, so I mean, it depends. ONUR6 have Callan on the roster. I thought he would show up, considering he was playing earlier. Maybe he still is. Who knows? But then also have a lot of relatively new guys. But ONUR6 have like most of their guys. If you look at the overall experience, ONUR6 has a little bit slightly more experience. But again, yeah, I mean, it can go either way. I'll go with the bands real quick. So ONUR6 band Muro, ZEN band Cliff, and Sand River is ONUR6 map.
Okay.
We've been seeing Sand River being played more and more. It
Yeah.
used to be like a dominant defense map, but does not seem to be the case anymore.
Yeah.
I'll go
Just
on
I
your
was gonna say
side.
just by looking at the lineup, it looks like Zen's gonna try to play the South Cap with the light tank and Sturv.
It's possible. Yeah, on your
I think
six.
it I think it's probable.
Mm-hmm.
a little more than possible.
I mean, you can have that plan, but if you see one tank at K0, then that plan goes out of the window, right? and then you're like, okay,
Sometimes.
let's go to the other side. Yeah, ONUR6 going with double CS, double Valor, light tank, and an I7. They need one more player. I think they're waiting for Kellen. I could be wrong. I think that's what's happening because I saw him online. And I think that if Kellen joins, that might shift the favor slightly towards ONUR6. Yeah, they're waiting
I
for
think it would be even 50-50.
50-50. Yeah, okay, see.
Oh,
There.
you were right about him joining though.
Yep, Johnson Room picked bad chat. That's what he's been playing the entire day, I think, or at least when I watched him play. Anyway, and that's what I was saying, right? That's why I feel even though it's like a second league game, but I think both these teams kind of managed to grab some players with a lot more experience than some of the first league teams, and this is a good match to watch here. ONUR6, they do have a light tank, they do have the medium, and they're not going in. Both teams going with like a balanced lineup. They're not too heavy, too mobile.
Yeah, Sturb and light tank going south. They're going south with at least 5 tanks, so they're gonna set up for the south play pretty early.
I think it'll come down to both the teams will that they know what plays can be made, so it'll come down to who makes mistake at this point. But they do not have any tank at K0.
Yeah. So yeah, so far with no tank at K0, that'll favor in ZEN.
That will favor Zen. That is.
Yeah.
You can always counter push A line, but it takes too long, and you're basically, if there's one tank, you have to push then two tanks to push that guy, and it just takes too long. I feel it's easier to have a guy at K0 than to push all the way around. But you can, I mean, if you have mobile mediums, they do have, ONUR6 do have double CS and a bad set, but they
I think I think they realize that they need to rotate south and get someone at least to H9.
No one is crossing
they need at least one medium to go to H9 while they can. This is gonna be too late soon.
That got super lucky. I think there were like 4 or 5 shells or shots fired towards him, and he managed to dodge every shot. But
sometimes it's not luck, sometimes it's skill.
But sooner or later, that luck does run out.
Yeah. Yeah. In a minute, they'll chase out the light tank on the K line, and then they can get on A cap.
There's also, the last time you streamed, there were some things missing. So we still don't have the spotted indicator, but I think we have some other components that they have added. So you might have slight better experience keeping track of tanks. We have the timer back. Tanks are visible. Okay, Kaiser, he gets spotted and now he's trying to escape.
Yeah. ZEN is taking their time.
They are. I mean, it's better to take your time if you think you can still make the play than make a premature play.
Yeah, now they're gonna rotate to the other side.
Okay, that is interesting because all they have is a light tank, but their light tank never managed to get information whether they have someone at K9 or not. I guess they assume since light tank's not retreating, they might have more than one.
Yeah, you would think if the light tank was that aggressive that he did have support there.
Probably, but it's always better to just make sure if they do have support or not than assuming. And now that's fair. Now Sturf's not going to be that useful on the other side. I mean, he can play 3A4 area.
Yeah.
And you basically rely on those Valors to peak. And also, if you look at Zen's Valor, right, or two of them, they're in the river. They can't really get out. I mean, they kind of can, but the position they're on is not really that effective. Are they counter pushing? I guess they fake that they're leaving, but now they're coming back. And if they go back, they can catch this light tank. I think the light tank being in the river is not that effective. Maybe it is. Kaiser puts a shot in Dolphin. Chad has to be really careful because he'll basically driving into a cross. I assume they know where the light tank is. I think
he might
Kaiser
be trying to cut off. I think he might be trying to cut off the light tank and keep him lit.
That is also possible.
But still, like where that light tank is, it's hard to shoot him when he's in that dip.
Yeah, I think when he makes a cross, there's like a slight window, but he wasn't spotted.
Yeah.
I don't see any shots coming his way. Okay, now they're counter pushing south. And that's a good thing, you know, they had the time, they're like, okay, we can make a fake rotation, because if they take out Kaiser, currently Kaiser doesn't have any support and he is playing with fire. Little Cheese Curd is coming in his bad chat. And
they've both done a good job of not bleeding HP.
Kaiser takes his first shot, gets tracked. Bad chat should, but takes another shot, it's down to 700, and now here Chud will spot him and those Valors can connect. Chud ate a shot, but he didn't get penned.
See? The light tank in the riverbed spotted the other light tank.
Takes another shot. Okay, finally gets dragged, and CS managed to. Mr. Irishman shot Chud, and the light tank exchanged.
Okay.
Now
they have. Now they're in a good spot. If
well, Kaiser's
now
still, you know, he's not retreating. I guess he's worried that he might get shot. Maybe he was trying to lose the spot. That's something we don't know, but he is. I would say.
No, Kaiser has to stay there to spot the A cap because he's the only one that can spot the A cap without getting instantly punished like Irishman.
Yeah, or they needed to send someone else to that spot, and now CS bats are coming. But yeah, if this CS and bat, and Kaiser goes down.
Yeah, he should have played a little bit more safe.
Yeah, like he was playing a little bit too aggressive, especially he had no support, right? I mean, it worked for like first couple minutes, but once ZEN realized that maybe they don't really have support, they got a little bit aggressive. I think the CS should move forward to H0, then he can suppress Mr. Irishman better, and ZEN's light tank should be able to.
But you can't suppress Irishman from H0. It's more like turret shots on the Valors that are at D7. That's what H0 is good for.
But
because you'll get shot from the Valors if you try to suppress the CS from there.
I think they made a premature play. They didn't need to go for Mr. Irishman because they're about to bleed. Callan's gonna dump an entire clip. This was not needed. They could have just capped. Why did they not cap here? Like Dolphin is too short. He should just stop the push. He's dead.
I don't think this is gonna work for ONUR6. They're all.
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna work for ZEN because ONUR6 is just closing in, which they should.
Little G Scott pushing in as well and ramming CS, losing HP. Why was that really needed? Beaver coming in, Cutter coming in. I mean, they took out the light tank. They could have just capped, couldn't they? Like, I don't think.
Yeah, they could have capped and punished anybody that tried to spot.
Little Cheese Curd is emeraged. Cutter's down to one shot, but Beaver's full HP. He'll take out Little Cheese Curd. HP in favor of ONUR6.
Yeah.
Now they're capping. They still have Vadico pushing through the mid. He will get farmed though. He takes a flashy butcher shot in Valor. Jud's now capping. I think he should have done that sooner. But I think ZEN was like a little too indecisive. Like, you take out a light tank, you have the corner. Game is like, it's your game. Just let them push.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe light tank got spotted like once, right?
I mean, ZEN did a good job of not bleeding HP. They only took like one shot of damage for the first 5 minutes. Rotate one way, rotate the other. That's all fine. But yeah, I think pushing in wasn't the right thing to do when they took out the light tank. Nobody at K0, nobody at H9. Like they have to overcommit. Oh, ONUR6 has to overcommit to spot the cap. That was their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And when you push in, you lose the advantage. That advantage, at least.
And that's what I was saying. The game's gonna be close. One team was up, and then they made a mistake. The other team, they were quick to react, to take advantage of that
Yeah.
misplay.
They did ONUR6 did close in pretty fast once they started. Once Zen started to push.
Yeah, they saw those Valor, right? Because one of the Valors, I think it was Dolphin, who was down to 600 HP when he crossed that ridge over there. Okay, so going over the score, Kellen in bats at 3,700, Beaver in CS 3k damage and 4 kills, Cutter in Lepta 2,500, Cutter in Valor. Flashy in Valor with 1,300, Sixer in I7. I think he was the guy at AA8, right? I might have. I don't know how he got his damage. Probably he joined the fight later on when the push was coming. 1,300 damage, Irishman CS 1,100, and Kaiser with 500.
And then on Zen's side, Greeny in the Sturv 3,000 damage. Kaducky in the CS 2,600. Watko in the Valor 2,500. Cheesecurd in the Batchat 1,200. Chud doing light tank things 1,100. Zoro in the Valor 450. Dolphin in the Valor 415.
Yeah, they basically lost both those Valors for free. But it happens. They just have to kind of be more patient, and I think they can come back here because very even. This is ONUR6 map though, and they were also attacking. Defense is relatively easier. That's the word on the street on Sand River. ONUR6 is ready,
Yep.
They got the first win. They're like, okay, let's just quickly pick the tanks. They have a plan in mind what they want to do.
Yeah. Zen has two 260s.
They are pushing somewhere. But I think ONUR6 will realize that Zen's not doing a stationary defense. Also, I hate 260s, just saying that. Not a...
Nah, I don't think they're gonna push. I mean, they also have three Valors.
Maybe they'll use 260 where I7 is. Like, it is faster to rotate, like come back and forth maybe.
Yeah.
It does throw them off, right? Because I thought maybe they'll push. But since they don't have a light tank, they do have a bad chat. They might use a 260 for K0 and another one to kind of help at A8.
Yeah.
I forgot to cover lineup, but on ONUR6 using a Chieftain, Valor, I7, Bat, double CS, and a light tank. I would say, yeah. Again, the balanced lineup.
Nah, the 260s are going north.
What's north?
A8.
Both of them? Wait.
So far.
Okay, ONUR6 is attacking. I forgot. Okay. I made a mistake. I thought they were defending. That's why I thought they will send a tank K0.
Okay.
But
so, yeah. So ONUR6 is playing the A cap so far with
no,
the
never
light
mind.
tank.
I was right before you confused me. 260s is being played by Zed. Not ONUR6. Okay. Oh, they're going north. Completely threw me off. And now, yeah, this is risky by Zen because they don't have a light tank. And if on your 6 again. Just put a light tank in the cap. Have a guy at H1. It will be just impossible for.
Yeah.
Wait, I7 had crossed. Now he's going back. He managed to. What happened? Because I thought he was getting under the hill and now he's retreating back, or maybe he crossed and then realized they have shots and turned. I kind of missed that window.
Maybe.
Little cheese curd takes a hit, takes another shot, takes. Wait, is he half health already? And Tehran takes some damage as well. And he took damage, and they're not even at H1. As it stands, ONUR6 has an advantage here.
Yeah. Neither team playing H8 or K0 on defense.
It's overrated anyway.
No, it's not.
Callan managed to get there for free. I mean, I think CS should take over that position. He got spotted, took a shot. And this is the problem. I think if you have Valor where Dolphin is, he gets permanently spotted if Beaver goes to what's the J9, right? Beaver can peek from J9 without getting spotted and keep farming Dolphin. And
yeah, cap pressure is going to start soon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
ONUR6 has tanks exactly where you want to when you start capping.
Yep, and then
all the positions.
Then try to push, right? And again, there's one chieftain, 260s. What can you do? You can't push the chieftain. You'll get farm getting there, and then I7 will also put a shot or two.
Yeah.
Maybe they can kill I7, but I think they'll still lose more HP trying to kill that I7 because Cutter will just farm. Chud is pushing.
Oh, they're pushing the IS7. Yeah.
I mean, Vargo is not there. Okay, Zoro is coming in to help, so that can work. If Zoro can clip, that will help. And they don't lose a tank. Zoro bounced or missed this first shot, bounced second. He needs to connect 4, and they have to not lose a tank. Batchat should confirm here. I7 goes down, takes a shot, and okay, they're up a tank, and the push is coming from the other side. They're not capping either. They realized that they lost a tank on the other side, and Dolphin.
I would have left the light tank on and pushed everybody else, if anything.
And now ZEN is pushing. They don't have the support. I don't think they should have done that. Like, the tank's gone.
Now it's just chaos. Pure chaos.
Tehran gets spotted. He takes a hit. Takes another shot. Tehran has to be careful to use his camo. Otherwise, there's no point of playing a Tehran. GB is getting to a position. That position helps if they're capping, but they're not capping. They're on the low side. So, I think it's still a good position. Zoro takes another shot. He puts a shot in Kellen.
2500 HP advantage for ONUR6.
Yeah, but they might get farmed though because they're just driving. Kaiser pushed.
Overmatch on the left, overmatch on the right for each team.
And that's the thing, right? They're pushing Cutter with 3 tanks. Meanwhile, they're about to lose all the remaining tanks on the other side. Kaiser goes down. Cutter goes down. ZEN with a tank advantage.
Yeah, the advantage is switching over to ZEN.
Oh, even the HP advantage, right? If little cheese curd managed to survive, okay, does put one shot. Tehran needs to connect a shot here, and he does. Beaver.
He did.
If GB can finish Beaver here, it'll be huge. Can he though? He is looking at him. He does know Beaver's won. He takes out Beaver, but he'll also go down. Tehran needs to connect one more shot here. Come on, Tehran, and he takes.
Yeah.
That's an 1100 roll by Tehran. This tank needs to be banned. In Kong. Kellen is coming, but Tehran will be loaded. Flashy takes another shot though. Takes another one. Okay, down to 1. And Tehran finishes Flashy as well.
Yeah.
Kellen should
I think the one shot Tehran did like 3k at the end.
Yeah, he lost his health early on without doing anything, I think. And then in the end he went Super Saiyan. Yeah. I think I don't think they should have killed. Like, they jumped to kill Dolphin, right? 4 tanks, and then they were all on the low ground. Like, they were in that river, right?
Yeah. And both teams did that. Both teams pushed after faking cap pressure. But it's like, if you just stay there and don't push, they have to push and lose a tank just to spot.
I think they knew that 3 of their tanks are out of the game, and they lost I7, right? And they knew, okay, they're gonna push Chieftain. And they'll have 3 tanks out of the game. And, but again, I think even if you push that tank, maybe I don't think pushing is it. From what we have seen so far, pushing this river at G9, not a wise idea. You take
Yeah.
damage getting in, and then you take even more damage trying to leave that spot. And I was, like, okay, 260s are not going to do anything, but they are the ones that are still alive. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Well, it's. I mean, Zen rotated to the right spots. Like putting those two heavies in the middle made
yeah,
ONUR6 overcommit and overextend to where
exactly.
the Tehran could shoot them. If those
Hmm.
Valors went anywhere else,
That is true. That was
then
good rotation. I was kind of
yeah.
being a little bit. I thought maybe they'll get caught out, but that was actually perfect rotation by them. Because if they were there, they couldn't spot. If the position they were in, they could even spot the cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were safe because, yeah, as you were saying, the Tehran was watching. If anyone tried to shoot them, the Tehran would free, delete a tank or half his HP, and reload.
Yeah. Tehran did all the damage in the final couple minutes.
On your sixth side, Kellen, 3k damage and a kill. Current Chieftain, 2200 damage. Flashy and Valor, 1600 damage and a kill. Beaver and CS, 1500. Same with the Irishman, 1500 damage and 2 kills in CS. 6 sword, 2 shots in I7, and Kaiser, 3 shots of damage. He was the first one to push, but yeah, he did get punished by those Valors. They had a good focus. To be honest, they deleted the low health tanks as well. It's very easy to lose track, but I guess they were coordinating. Okay, this is the one-shot guy. Focus him. Get rid of the tanks, because even if you die, it's better if you have the tank advantage.
And then on Zen side, Zoro in the bat chat 3400. Keiduki-san in the Tehran 3200. GB in the Valor 2900. Chud in the 260 1700. Cheese Curd in the Valor 1200. Wadko in the 260 850. Dolphin in the Valor 765.
How many shots did Tehran fire? Yeah, 5. I think 4 of them was dead. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that you can see how much difference the Tehran can make, even when he's one shot. And yeah, created a good cross
Yeah.
there. Scores tied up. I think this game will go to a tiebreaker. Now, this is Zen's map.
Mm-hmm.
No, is it? Yes, this is Zen's map. And ONUR6 will defend first.
Hmm.
Then was Kaduki-san the guy who was playing Tehran last game as well? Or was it someone else?
I don't know. I'll look.
Yesterday we saw that, if you're a defense team, if you go all heavy on steps defense, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
Kaduki-san was the Tehran in the last game as well. Ooh, 2 light tanks on attack.
I was doing an audio check to make sure nothing's funny. But yeah, they do have double light. The cap pressure will come in early. Also, I mean, if you have to push, I think light tanks can do that. Create chaos quickly. So on your 6 side, they're going with a Valor I7, Batchat CS light tank, and a Sturv. Brother Butane comes in. Not sure who has been substituted. And on Zen side, they have an I7 IS for double CS, double light tanks, and a Tehran. HP is close, I think it's more of a problem if one team has no light tank and then the other one has 2. But if one team has 1 and the other one has 2, then I don't think that's that of an issue.
Well,
ONUR6 quickly sending tanks towards 9-0 line.
yeah, I wonder if they're going to try to take A0 or not. Medium stopped, maybe the light tank will go.
That's one of their light tanks trying to get information if they have any tanks over train tracks. You know, they realized that they have 2 IS-7s. He was expecting them to go train tracks, but I think they realized that considering ZEN has 2 light tanks, maybe overcommitting to that side might not be a wise idea.
Yeah. Like, if they just get on the A cap,
it'll be so difficult. Yeah, if they get a Tron at A2, and they just need to put a CS. What's this spot that everyone keeps using these days? K5. If they put a CS at K5, Dolphin, right, and then have someone supporting him.
Light tank will clear out the A3, and then they'll get someone to A3.
Yeah.
Then you can get on cap.
I think I7's the one that'll play A2 and not Tron. I think it should be Tron, because if you give Tron some height advantage, right, like you get him to a height, it'll just span the roof of every tank. Like you will peak before you could even peak. Tron will put a hole in your roof, and you'll be like, okay, I lost half my HP. I quit. But I think currently they did. I think is GB planning to go to? No, I think he's trying to find how to get up there. They don't know yet. Zoro might show him. Oh, Zoro is, I think, telling him how to go there.
Yeah, light tank should get on cap soon. There's no reason not to at this point.
Kaiser playing with fire, but I think these guys are safe. They're not in the right position, but they're safe just because ONUR6 is not. They're not really pushing on that side. Their setup is no. I7 was going up, then he was like, oh, I'm spotted, I can't. He took a surf shot. Tron should get to A2. There's no reason for Tron to stay at train tracks. So yeah, Tron needs to get to A2 if they want to win the game. That spot he's at is no way as effective as the top side.
Yeah, maybe they want to push that IS-7 to A4, A5.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the Tehran to A3.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're not.
They can.
But
they
need
to do it now. Yeah, he's having tough shots. Just go to A2. Beaver gets Samurai by IS-4. I mean, regardless, I think ZEN still has a slight advantage here. Dolphin takes a shot. He is retreating. He does manage to get to that position I was referring to, and now on your 6, they can not counter push the backside. The 3v, it's going to be a 3v3 stalemate. And light tank Kaiser needs to come back to spot. Can he though? He's not. I think this is down to 50 seconds. The light tank, it'll take him at least 30 seconds to come back, right? If he
more like 40 from where he's at.
Why is he not moving?
I don't know.
Talon's trying to push, takes a shot. Now Kaiser, they're pushing the backside 35 seconds.
Yeah. One of these tanks is gonna have to YOLO soon.
But it won't matter because Heavy's not going to spot, and they just realized that they drove into crossfire. Yeah. They can't kill Dolphin. Okay, one of the cutter pushed and Chud left the cap. Again, Tehran not being at the correct position is being not as effective. Maybe he did put a shot in cutter, I think. But if you were A2, he could have been farming everyone. I still don't know why, if you're in a Tehran, why you are not at the A2 spot.
Now ONUR6 is pushing the south.
They were pushing it earlier and losing. I think because Dolphin is in a really strong position.
Yeah.
Kaiser goes down. Kellen's down to 1 shot. Maybe they can finish a tank. Zoro missed. Kellen goes down, and now it's 3v1. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Cutter goes down. Tehran takes a shot.
I think ONUR6's plan was to push the south and push to spot the A cap at the same time.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. You can't really push south if there's a guy at A5, which seems to be the case more often than not.
Well, you have to have a plan to spot the A cap, especially if the other team has 2 light tanks.
Both the I7 did
Like,
manage to cross the track though, and Zen's I7 flip like left the track, so now those two I7s are kind of stuck.
yeah.
But Greedy should go down. Sixer puts a shot. He's down to one shot.
Hmm.
Weaver goes down 6 shots. But again, I know Zen won just because they had the south more secured. But I would stress that again. The Tehran should have been up at a K2. He would have done more damage. He would have just dominated from that A2, A3 spot. There's no point sitting at traps. But regardless, it worked for them. You'll go damage here. ONUR6 is now down though. Took a 1-0 lead, now down by 2-1. Beaver in at 7, 2k damage. Irishman in CS 1600 damage. Brother Britain in Sturv 1500. That's the other thing, if you want to play Sturv, just play Tehran. What is Sturv going to do that Tehran can't?
Armor.
Yeah, but you also don't have a turret. So, and then armor is also kind of not always effective. Callan with 3 shots, 6 or 2 shots, light tank with 1 shot, and cutter no damage. Yeah, I think that's the thing with steps, right? You need to send tanks over tracks because you can't counter push south. It's too risky. I had to learn it the hard way multiple times. You just, and that's why I kind of don't like steps, right? You basically, you have the tanks up, and then the team pushes the other side, you drive them, they're rushing back, and it just kind of comes down to who connects their shot.
Well, okay. On Zen side, Kaduki, Tehran 3200, Dolphin CS 2600 and 5 kills. Cheese Curd IS4 2400, GB and CS 1700, Zero in the light tank 17, Greenie in the IS7 1300, Chud in the light tank 648. Yeah.
Yes, sometimes instead of trying untested, you just stick to basics. They had 2 I7, just send it over tracks. But
Yeah.
I think they were just thrown off by double light tanks. They were like, they will rush the other side, and that's why I think I7s weren't on the tracks. But then they put themselves in a position where you don't have anyone to spot cap.
Yeah.
ONUR6 is ready game. Going with triple CS, double I7, and a light tank. And a bat jet. There are no hull down tanks. They don't have any hull down tanks. This is a bit unconventional.
A lot of mobility for ONUR6. So they're probably going to play the north cap.
Aren't both gaps north cap? Which one's the south
Well,
cap?
one is more north than the other, but it's interesting. Zen is also doing 2 light tanks on defense as well.
And a V5 instead of a Tehran. I mean, V5 does have more armor, but I guess if you can use it right, it can prove to be more effective than a Tehran.
I don't like 2 light tanks on defense.
I mean, as I said, right, the enemy team, they do have 1 light tank, so there's only 1 light tank difference. 2v1 light tank is no different than 1v0, right? So I think it's fine. You get that vision, you have 2 tanks to reset.
I disagree.
Okay, well, LDC is going with the BZ Valor I7 bat double light, the traditional, and a V5.
Huh. So ONUR6 is sending all their tanks to the south and a light tank to the north.
I think Kaiser has to be a little bit careful because he's been getting caught out more than he should in a light tank.
Yeah.
I mean, if again, On your 6 did not send any tanks to tracks.
Yeah.
So they're free to take A2 and just farm. Like, this is Zen's game to lose. Sorry, I mean on your 6 game to lose. Sorry, on your 6 game to lose.
Yeah. I was gonna say, no. On your 6 is taking map control, so they're taking the south. They already have a heavy in mid going towards the A cap, so they can rotate back. So let's see if they actually do rotate back to the A cap.
On your it is on your 6. Okay. I keep getting confused with these two teams. Yeah, both lights started coming back, trying to gang up on Kaiser here. Kaiser being preemptive, leaving that side. Okay, the light tanks are coming back.
Yeah.
On your 6 has the speed. Just come back. Go
Yeah,
tank
like
at
they have
A2 and farm.
Yeah, they have too many medium tanks to push the B cap. They should start to rotate.
Cutter is being
Pretty
aggressive.
soon.
I think. Yeah, they need to use the time, right? There's no rush. They have all the time in the world. Just use the time.
Yeah.
Have the tanks.
Like,
You have the mobility.
okay, so I think on your 6's plan is to use the light tank to fake the A cap, and then Zen has 2 light tanks, so they think maybe they can overmatch them in a brawl. But I don't think that's gonna work though.
Yeah, and that's the problem with this push, right? Like, if you push straight down the 9 line, you take shots in the cross, so you can't do that. You have to play around this area. Get the vision.
So we'll see. Yeah. On your 6 is either gonna push or they're gonna rotate to A cap. So we'll see what they do.
You know, I do understand. Like, I kind of, we have more information. It's easier to judge. Okay, teams do that. But when you're playing, especially when you're down, like 2-1 down, even sometimes you can't make the easiest guesses or plays. Coming from personal experience.
Kellen's blind firing the light tank that's over by the A cap.
I don't think it's
full
blind
clip.
fire.
No, it's blind fire.
Because he never moved?
Yeah. Plus, both tanks have full health. Okay, on your 6 is moving with 2 of their tanks. They're pushing.
Yep. Both tanks took 1 shot of damage.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to work out for on your 6.
They don't have hull down tanks. Who will punish? They don't have a Tehran either at the back that can just delete the roofs of the tank. Cutter takes a shot, Sig takes a shot, and Cutter gets Emerald.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 of their light tanks are going back to finish Kaiser. Flashy is coming from the mid because they know they have a tank advantage, right? And they have a huge HP advantage, so they don't have to worry about B cap anymore. But Flashy and the I7 goes down. Flashy and Kellen are coming from the back. A little too late because they have already lost 2 tanks, and they will just drive into a crossfire. Kellen takes 1 shot. It's another one in Vadco down to 1,000. Takes another shot from Bat, takes a shot from E5 and goes down. And Kaiser goes down on the other side. And now Flashy, Beaver, and Irishman will get farmed from different directions. I think on your 6 should have won this, right? Like, I think this is steps basic. If they don't have someone on train tracks, you automatically win. Regardless of they have 2 lights, right? You're like, okay, they have 2 lights, they can keep resetting us. Maybe that's what they were thinking, right? That they have 2 lights and they have twice the opportunity to keep resetting the cap. But at the same time, you have A2 that's just too good. Like, you'll get better punish even if they have a light tank. Like, your light might get 1 shot and another light get deleted. Easier said than done, regardless. On your 6 side, yeah, Beaver in CS, 4 shots of damage, Irishman with 3, Flashy Leopard with 2 shots of damage, Kellen with 2 shots, and Sixor with 1. Cutter and Kaiser not so lucky. Cutter was the one that got emerald, and Kaiser got jumped by 2 light tanks.
And on Zen's side, she's Kurt and IS-7 3200. Green in the VZ 2700, GB in the Batch at 1900, Badco in the Valor 1700, Duki in the 268 version 5 1700, Zoro in the light tank 1400, Stud in the light tank. Yeah. Yeah, I think ONUR6 was just thinking with Zen having two light tanks, it'll be hard to cap the
Mm-hmm.
north,
Yeah.
and they could have the overmatch with brawling
But
the other
yeah, and I
side,
think yeah, you can't really brawl if you don't have Valor, right?
but ONUR6 also had four mediums and a light, so it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
not set up for brawling either.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now this is on your sixth map. You know, if they can, and this is comes down to brawl. You know, this is you can't really do anything fancy. This comes
Hey,
down to who pens.
you don't know. The
Yeah,
Zen might pick two light tanks again. You don't know. They've done it twice in a row.
I doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think on this on your sixth map, they're defending. I think they should be able to. If they win the first map or first round on Himmels, they will win the second as well.
Yeah. I mean, defense is harder, so. What is it, 2-2 so
No,
far?
no, 3-1.
2-1?
Then, you know, they came back from 0-1 deficit to lead 3-1. You know, the general rule of Himmelsdorf is have as many type 5 as you can. You might still lose at times if your caller doesn't call out certain obvious plays. No names being
Mm-hmm.
taken. But that's the general rule.
Well, one per team so far, type 5.
Mm-hmm. ONUR6 again, quick to pick all their tanks. They're going with the Type 5 I7 E45A instead of a QL, a Valor, Batchet, and IS4. So no duplicate tank seems to be the case for ONUR6.
You think the bat chat will go mid or to E1?
Mid, probably. He'll go to mid first.
That's what I was thinking too.
And then, I mean, he can go to E1 later if you really want. I mean, if he really wants. But I think in
Mm-hmm.
E1, once you get spotted, because like teams will always have a tank. What line is it on the left side? Is it 1-2 line? Because they'll always have someone at one line
Yeah.
that you will like that you will outspot and you'll try to run, and then they'll have someone on the 2 line that'll spot you, and you will take shots, trying to leave that area. I think maybe the bat jet will yeah, we'll just play middle. They might send someone else to E1.
Hmm. All right. So.
Yeah, what does then have? They have an Andre,
Yeah.
Super Cog, Type 5, I7, double S4, and an E4. They do have like about 1.2k more HP. You know, just because they have an Andre, to be honest, right? And two
B cap.
B cap? No, I thought
B cap.
I'm saying they can lose. Like Andre doesn't have the best DPM.
Yeah, but if you go B cap and the other team has a bat chat, you have the armor and the HP advantage.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what they're
even
predicting.
with an Andre.
Yeah. Okay, 5A is the one going to E1. And their tank, 106 tanks are speedy. Callan trying to spot. He will go to G3. I don't know what he's spotting. Wait. He's spotting the banana, I guess?
Oh, Zen's going ACAP.
Yep. 106 is... They have more tanks on B. They need someone in the train station. ONUR6 need to put a tank on the train station, I feel. I think, yeah, maybe they was predicting the B cap play as well with the setup, right? That's why they have an eye on banana. Cutter's also watching banana. Mr. Irishman in IS4 trying to watch 5 line.
It looks like Zen's gonna push the 4 line to like E4.
Okay. I mean, on your 6 they do have an IS7 that can quickly rotate back to help, right? So, but they have managed to do it sneakily. I think Irishman must have spotted someone yet. No, he hasn't, because Callan's not moving.
Ooh,
And if he gets spotted, he will get
deleted. He'll
really
get
quick.
deleted. I guess they're gonna push the 3 line and the 1 line.
Also, Sixor, I think he could have spotted them soon. Okay, Cutter puts a shot in Andre. Did Callan manage to escape?
Type 5 misses Kellen.
Okay, they still don't have anyone on the train station. They need a tank to the train station. Cutter is kind of on the open, retreating. It is an E4 that can survive for longer than it should. If they had someone at train tracks, he would have farmed Type 5. Type 5 take a Cutter shot. I think Sixor is going to go down. It's going to be 1v1 between I7 and 5A, and I think I7 will win this once he faces the 5A. Andre takes another shot. Callan is the one pending. Sixor gets Amorect.
It's a quick at Pele, so Greeny has to really punish them when they push in.
They'll have to. Sixor's down to 2 shots. And the thing is, Type 5 shielding someone on the backside, and ONUR6 too slow to rotate. Maybe Metallica Boy is about to get there. He will get a reset on IS4 though. I think it's Little Cheese got someone with all the HP. If they can get out, kill Type 5, they can still win. Cannon will have a wider angle. Type 5 goes down. Cutter will lose. I don't think Cutter needed to push. He needed to stay there. Andre goes down as well. ONUR6 might be able to...
HP's equal.
They are up on 1 tank though. Cutter will die from E4. Okay, now they need to kill the Super Conk and then kill the IS4. Which I think they should be able to do, because both those tanks are exposed. Someone died. Kellen goes down. He got spotted. They need to
Zen has the advantage.
Yeah, they need to kill Super. Like, that Super stayed alive for way too long. Type 5 needs to come in and help. IS4 is down to 1 shot. Metallica Boy will go down as well, because he's sideways. And he does go down. Like, they should have, I guess they were more, but if Beaver's full HP, I think you should have sent it, made that Super Conk turn, which it did in 38 seconds. They still have time. What's the HP? HP is even.
Yeah, but Zen has the advantage. The more time goes on, the more advantage Zen has. IS7 is flanking, they're capping. They have a cross set up.
At one point, it did look like ONUR6 will get it, right? I don't think Cutter needed to push, or also if Callan could have managed to stay alive. But it did Himmelsdorf, right? You get spotted pretty quickly. And then I think coming back, there was also a little bit of hesitation. But to be honest, I don't think 5A is a good tank to hold E1. It doesn't have the armor. It doesn't have that trading advantage that QL has either. But...
yeah, I mean, you can tell Zen had a plan. Like, they put the Type 5 at the very front, and just let him die. And then the Super Conk was covering the back.
But I think if they had someone at train station, that Type would have died sooner without doing anything, right? Like, they would have lost the tank for free. And E4 didn't have to commit. Like, E4 kind of had to rush in. I think there was a reset. But yeah, going over damage now. Cutter in E4, 4,300 damage. Iser in I7, 2,400 damage. Beaver in Type 5, 1,400 damage and a kill. Mr. Ashman Ice for 3 shots of damage. Metallica Void in Valor, 3 shots of damage. 6 or in 5A, 2 shots. He unfortunately got Amorect. Kellen Bat, 2 shots of damage, but he was fighting with like very heavily armored tanks. And not some not enough spot where he could use his camo either. I think he got punished by E4. I think that's what happened.
On Zen side, Keiduki-san and a flanking IS-7, 2 kills, 4200 damage. Cheese Curd IS-4, 3000 damage. Greenie and the Super Kong, 1 kill, 3000 damage. Dolphin Assassin E4, 3 kills, 2600. GB and the IS-4, 1600. Ched and the Andre, 1 kill, 800. And Masionic and the Type 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Type 5 meat shield.
Yeah,
one HE splash for 300 and a wall.
I'm not a fan of sacrificing a tank per cap, but it can work if there's like 3 tanks on the cap. It does make other team to commit, so maybe you can make up for that HP if the team's out of position, which ONUR6 was. But I think it was the flanking IS-7 was the one that had all the cap points, right? He was the one tucked in between Type 5 and IS-4. He had all the cap point, and then he was like, okay, time for me to do damage. And I'm surprised how much damage he did. Actually, I think it was the other IS-4. I think IS-7 was the one that pushed 5A. He wasn't the one capping. I think it was 2 IS-4s. Oh, okay. I think it might have been. Yeah, the IS-7 was the one he killed 5A and then kept pushing. Probably he's also the one that killed Callan. Maybe spotted him. But yeah, that is it. ONUR6 got the first round, and then was like, okay, no more mistakes. Let's stick to basics. Do what we plan to do, and pen our shot. Thanks for watching, guys. That is it for now. GG to both teams. Congrats to ZEN for winning this match. Thanks for joining us, show. We'll reboot the stream and play some random. So don't forget to refresh. And we'll do some quality RBRT gameplay. Thanks for watching once again, and that is it for